Welcome in Nishat physics classes. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on electrostatics. 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 In fact, in electrostatics, we study behavior and properties of charges in the rest. In the electrostatics, we study behavior of charges, behavior or properties of charges in the rest. Before going to demonstrate or explain what is charge and how does it develop, here I am going to discuss, I am putting an experiment regarding charges. Suppose that here, take a rod. This is rod of glass rod, and other that is silk cloth. Glass rod and silk cloth. Both are rubbed to each other. Again, one set of glass rod and silk cloth. This another set of glass rod and silk cloth are also rubbed. Now, glass rod and another glass rod are brought together. It is found that a force of repulsion, both are repelled. Force here F, and both are repelled. Then another set here, plastic rod and fur. This is the plastic rod. Both are rubbed. Now plastic rod and here glass rod are close to each other, then it is found that here a force of attraction in both. It means after rubbing, some properties develop in the body, and this property of attraction or repulsion is due to development of charge on the body. So we can say that charges are intrinsic properties of fundamental particles like electron, proton, by virtue of either they repel or attract each other. Actually, they are property of the charges, and due to this property, two charge bodies either they repel or attract, and we call that different charges, positive and negative. They are opposite in nature. Now here, just 1 minute. Here, fundamental particles, electrons and protons, they have a property, and this property is known as charges. We know that every atom, suppose that sodium here, sodium, and 281 here, nucleus, and here 1 2 281, and here nucleus, and that is it has proton 281. Here number of protons equal to 11, number of electrons equal to 11. Number of electrons and protons both are equal. They have charges, but this sodium atom is not charged. It is neutral because number of electrons and number of protons are same. In the same way, if we take chlorine here, in chlorine, suppose that orbits here, and this is nucleus with the 17 proton, 287, number of proton equal to 17 and number of electron equal to 17. Here same, here number of proton equal to number of electron, here number of proton equal to number of electron. Both atoms, chlorine and sodium, neutral. In the same way, every material consists of atom molecules and they are neutral in nature. Now, if you take here object A and here an object B, here number of electron equal to number of proton, here also number of proton equal to number of electron. Number of proton equal to number of electron. Both A and body is rubbed. Then what happens? One electron, after rubbing, one electron transfer from A to B. Then in A, number of proton becomes greater than number of electron, because one electron transfers from A to B. One electron transfers from A to B, and B receives one electron. So number of electron here greater than number of proton. Now there is unbalanced electrons and protons. So this A becomes positively charged and B becomes negatively charged. A becomes positively charged and B becomes negatively charged. So this is about the charge, and that is a small introduction of the charge, and after that we learn more and more about the charge. Then here we discuss how charges develop on a body. How can develop charge on a body? Methods to develop charges on a body. Methods to develop charges on a body. Number 1, by friction. Already I have discussed that when A and B are rubbed, then there are transfers of electrons, and in this way A become positive if it loses electrons, and B becomes negative when B gets electron. Already I have discussed, no need to discuss again. Second, biconduction. Suppose that here an object A having positive charges and B is neutral. A is positive and B is neutral. No charge on the B. Both are brought in contact. A and B. Generally, it is told that positive charges flow from A to B due to contact, and B becomes also positive charge. But no, it is not possible that positive charges from a conductor can move, because positive charges remain in the nucleus, so it is not possible to come out from the nucleus. Generally, either positive charge or negative charge, charging positively or negatively due to transfer of electrons and only. Then what happens? Here we know that in the B, both electrons and positive charges. Electrons are free to move, and positive charges in the form of protons remain in the nucleus. Then suppose that here if three electrons flow from here, transfer of electrons, one electron and one electron. Then because from B 3 electron transfers into A, here there are deficiency of electrons by 3, so here 3 positive charges, and finally this negative positive cancel, this negative positive cancel, and this negative positive cancel, and we get here A 3 positive charges, and after separation B becomes positive charges by 3 units. So biconduction, counterpart neutral body charged by same charges. If this is the positive, then B also becomes positive. If A is negative, then B also becomes negative. Okay. Now third is charging by induction. Charging by induction. In conduction, physical contact is essential, but induction, no physical contact at all. by induction, only A and B brought close to each other. Suppose that here A positive charge, here 5 positive charge, and B, here B negative charge. Yeah, B is no, B is neutral. B is neutral. Both A and B are far away to each other. B is out of the field hour range of the A. There is no effect of A on the B. Now A is brought in the field of the B is brought in the field of the A. They are close but not contact at all. This is the A and this is the B. They are close to each other and B is in the field, electric field of A. Later on I will discuss what is the electric field and then magnetic field. Then actually what happens here that negative electrons present in the B comes close to here like this. B is, and in the B because it is neutral and both positive and negative charges are equal. So when 5 negative charges comes one side, then another side becomes 5 positive charges. We can tell it is a kind of polarization. Now, same here, A, positive, positive, positive here, and this is B, 3, 5 negative charges, and now this end is connected to the ground. You know that ground, zero potential. Then here, because here positive, and due to attraction of this positive, 5 electrons move from the ground, 5 electrons, and these 5 positive charges are neutralized. This positive charge, 5 negative charges are, this positive are neutralized, and finally we separate A and B, then A and B separate, then positive, positive, and here separate B, it is negative. What you say and what you understand, that charging by induction, same magnitude is produced in B, same magnitude is produced in B, in counterpart, in neutral body, but charges, nature of the charges are different. If A is positive, then B is negative. If A is negative, then B is positive. While in the conduction, if A is positive, then B is positive. If A is negative, then B is negative. Okay, buddy. Now, we are going to discuss properties of charges. Properties of charges. Properties of charges. Properties of charges. Very simple. Number 1. Additive nature of charge. Additive nature of charge. Additive nature of charge, it is very simple. Charges can be added like mass. Charges can be added like mass. Added like mass. For the example, you have some masses M, 2m, 3m, 5m. You can simply add m plus 2m plus 3m plus 5m, and that equal to 11m. Simply m, 2m, 3m, 6m and 5m, then mass is 11. Simply for the charges, m, 2m, so charge is denoted by generally by q. So q, 2q, 3q and 5q. What you see here, add q plus 2q plus 3q plus 5q, and that is 11q, just like mass. Suppose that another here, q minus 2q, 3q and minus 5q. Now add it. Q minus 2q minus plus 3q and minus 5q, q, 3q, 4q and 7q, 4, and that is minus 3q. What we observe here, that here sum of charges positive, sum of charges negative. If you take some more charges, 3q and minus 3q, two opposite charges of same magnitude, then that value is 0. So in the addition of mass, value is always positive, only positive. But in case of charges, addition may be positive, may be negative, or may be 0. Got it? So this is the additive nature of charge. Now, very important property, and that is quantization of charge. It is a very good concept, and try to understand quantization of charge, because quantum mechanics and quantum physics is based on that. Is quantization of charges. So that is the quantization of charges. Quantization of charges. First, I want to explain what do you understand by quantization. Then it is very easy to understand quantization of charges. First, we understand what is quantization. Here I am giving a crude example to understand you. Suppose that you have here a graduated tub, and here means graduated marked by you marked graduated. Now 0, 10 liter, 20 liter, 30 liter and 40 liter. Now you have been given and you are allowed to put some water. Suppose that 20, 22, 20.5 liter. You are putting water by a tube, by any other method. Suppose that you are putting water, and when it become here 20.5 liter, you can stop, and it is possible up to the 40 liter, 10.1, 30.2, 38.4 liter. It is very easy to do it, because it is the continuous value, continuous flow of water. It is not a discrete value. But suppose that you have been given a bottle of Bisleri 1 liter. You have any device, when you use, then it gives only 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter in a discrete way, not in the continuous way. Then if I am asking to fill by 20.5 liter, Is it possible? Not possible, because your device can send water by a quantization of 1 liter. So my dear, 20 liter, 21 liter, 21 liter possible by second device, because it is sending water by a quantum of 1 liter. So this is the and to try to understand what is the quantization, to send a definite quantity, not continuous quantity. I have 1 rupees coin full of my pocket, 20 rupees, 1 rupees coin. Someone is asking, give me 7 coin, 7 rupees. I will send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it possible? Because I am transferring 1, because 1 is quantized here. But suppose that someone is asking, give me 7.5 rupees. I can't, because I have no fraction of rupees. So now this concept I will use in the quantization of charges. Okay. Here we know that a body is charged by the transfer of electron. An electron has a definite value of charges. Electron minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Coulomb is the unit of charge, we will discuss later. Okay. And negative sign shows only that charge is negative, and that is for the electron. In the same way, proton has charges plus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Suppose that from A to B, there is transfer of 4 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then here deficiency of 4 electrons. So here 4 proton extra, here 4 electron extra. So charges by 4 electrons. If 3 electrons transfer, 3 electrons. 2 electrons transfer, charging by 2 electrons. It means we can charge the body like this. You can charge the body like this. 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron, 4 electron, and here n electron, where n is a number both positive and negative. Positive and negative for the positive proton and negative electron. So if we transfer 1 electron, 2 electron, 3, 4, 5 and n, then if n is equal to 1, 2 and 3 and so on. So charge on a body Q is equal to n E. You may write plus minus E, because if one body becomes positively charged, then another body becomes negatively charged. So I am here using Q is equal to plus minus Ne. Q is charge on the body, charge on the body, N number of electrons transferred from A to B, and E charge of 1 electron. So here Q is equal to plus minus, Q is equal to plus minus, Q is equal to plus minus Ne, and this is quantization. So that charge on a body must be integral multiple of charge of electron. In fact, you can define quantization that charge on a body is integral multiple of charge of the 1 electron. Here I am asking a question and explaining, because not asking here. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 19, comma 4.8 into 10 to the power minus 19, and here 6.2 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, here coulomb, and here coulomb. Which charge is not possible? Which charge is not possible? By the law of quantization, which charge is not possible? Divide by charge of electron. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. And 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Here we get 1 number. Here we get 2 number. Here we get 3 number. But here 62 by 16, and it is in the fraction. It is in the fraction. And charge on a body can never be fraction of electron. And this is, and so this is not possible. This is wrong. But here I am going to also discuss about the quarks. Quarks. Charges smaller than electrons are found, but their free existence are not noticed, not possible. It may create proton or neutron, but they are not found separate, independent identity. It makes neutrons and protons, but free existence is not found, and that is known as quarks. There are 6 types of quarks. 6 types of quarks. Up quark and top quark, up quark, top quark, and second is charm quark. Charm quark. They all are positive in nature. Next one is the down quark, bottom quark, and strange quark. They are negative in nature. They are smaller than electrons, but they are not free to exist, so quantization is valid, because only electron transfer but not quark. Quark constitute other fundamental particles. Here all have values 2 upon 3e. It means if E is the charge of electron, then charge on up, top and charm quark is 2 upon 3, and that is 2 upon 3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and strange quark minus 1 upon 3 down, bottom and strange minus 1 by 3, so minus 1 by 3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. There. Now, how neutrons are possible? How many quarks are required to make a neutron? Suppose that here, take a neutron. It consists of 2 down quark and 1 up quark. 2 down quark and 1 up quark. Then minus 1 upon 3e, 1 down, minus 1 upon 3e, 1 down, and plus 2 upon 3e, 1 up, and finally 0, and neutron is neutral. Neutron is neutral. Neutron is neutral. Although neutron consists of charged particles like a smallest particle, down quark, and up quark, but their behavior is neutral. Suppose that we have income from two sources, 50,000, 20,000, and 70,000 is expenditure, then remaining value is nothing but 0. In the same way, proton. You know that proton is positive charge, and how proton is possible? In proton, 2 up quark and 1 down quark. Proton consists of 2 up quark and 1 down quark. Up quark, that is 2 upon 3e plus 2 upon 3e and minus 1 upon 3e, and finally we get this value. Finally we get 3, 2 plus 2 and minus 1, and that is 3 by 3e, and that is 1e positive e. So proton is charged, and proton has charge values. So this is about the quark. Now one thing is here. Third property of charge: conservation of charges. Conservation of charges. Conservation of charges. Conservation of charges. Total charge on an isolated system remains conserved. Total charges on an isolated system remains conserved. It is very clear about the isolated system. Take different things, but they are not in touch of other system, is known as isolated system. For example, take for example nuclear reaction. Nuclear reaction. Here, uranium 92 235 bombarded by a neutron. What we get? Barium 56 141 plus krypton 36 92 plus 3 neutron. It is the nuclear reaction. In the fission reaction of uranium bombarded by neutron, we get the barium krypton. Now see about the charges. Here what you see, that in neutron here 0 plus 92 equal to 56 plus 36, and 92 is equal to 92. What we see, that charges are conserved. Although here mass is not conserved, we will discuss later, because some mass is converted into energy. We discussed in the nuclear physics. Now another example. Another annihilation of matter. Annihilation of matter. Here try to learn a difference between annihilation and destruction. In destruction, matterhood never loses. Matterhood, after destruction, a matter remains matter, maybe its structure, its shape, its chemical property changes. But in annihilation, matter converted into energy. Suppose that here, electron here, and second is here -1, here +1, and that is the here 1 minute. Electron 0 -1 and 0 +1. Here electron, and this is positron. Positron we know that positron has mass of proton but charge of electron. What is positron? Mass of electron but charge of proton. When both collide with the high speed, then both matter is converted into gamma radiation. Gamma radiation. Now it is converted into energy, gamma radiation. But what about the charges? Here, see this. Here, -1 charge of electron, +1 charge of proton, and here gamma is the uncharged particle. We know very well uncharged radiation hai. So that is your -1, so 0 equal to 0. Here even charge is conserved. So even that we can see a lot of example that charges remain conserved. It is the property of charges. Second, pair production. It is reverse of the annihilation of matter. Pair production is reverse of annihilation of matter. Here gamma particle, gamma radiation, not particle, gamma photon. Yes, gamma photon, our gamma radiation is allowed to pass through a strong electric field. Then it splits into two things. Here electron and positron. So what we see here, that a neutral particle, a photon, when passing through a strong electric field, it converted into, that is, it is materialized into electron and positron. Here again charge is 0 equal to, this is -1 charge and +1 charge, 0 equal to 0, and charge is conserved. Already lecture is going to up to the 42 minute. Next term I will discuss about some rest of things about the charges and maybe some numericals on charges, and after that I will start Coulomb's law. Okay, just to try to understand, and if any suggestion is required, any topic you want to learn, just give me on the comment box. Thank you.